Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. This is Effie and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the new year and all the changes in 2017 happening in not just my world but our world. Actually, we're just going to talk about what's happening in our world. And our world means if you live in the United States of America, we're going to have a new president in like few weeks because this is January 3rd. And if you're living in outside the United States of America, you're probably saying the same thing. The United States of America is going to have a new president in about 2 or 3 weeks also. Now, everyone has their own opinion on this, and I'm giving you my opinion of what freaking happened back on November something, 7th, 8th, or whatever. I don't know what happened. I'm still kind of sitting there thinking like it didn't really happen. So yeah, I guess you can tell by my voice that I'm not quite happy. I am the other percent of America, actually the larger percent, considering the fact that Hillary won the popular vote, who is not happy with the way the election went. And it's not about how the election went, it's who won the election. That's what I am unhappy about. Now let's just rewind a little bit, okay? For the last year and a half, we've had an election between Democratic and Republican candidate. Neither one are liked by any. I have to say this. I was not a very big fan of Hillary at first, but I was definitely not a fan of Trump for several reasons. Trump is a reality star. He's a unsuccessful, successful, who knows whatever businessman. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He's crazy. He's a misogynist. He's racist. He's prejudiced. He's ignorant. He's kind of stupid. He has twiddle fingers like Mick Mills. And he's just, yeah, obnoxious and narcissistic. I can go on and on and on. And some of you might say, well, you know, there's the same adjectives you can use for Hillary. Well, not quite. Some might call her narcissistic and a liar and blah, blah, blah. But there's one difference between her and Trump that was so obvious. And that's the fact that she would know exactly what she needs to do to run this country. Being president of the United States is not something you wake up one morning and say, hey, I want to run because I am Donald Trump and I think I can run just to win. I just want to win. I don't really care about being president. I just want to win. That's not something you do. And it would be actually great if someone had a little experience in being in office. This man has never been in office in anything, nothing, and he's used to having his way. Being president of the United States is a compromise between two parties, between two people, between two countries, between two worlds. It is not whatever I say. It is not a dictatorship. We live in a democracy, not a dictatorship. All right, and this man seems like he wants to run this country in what we call a dictatorship. He's a dick. Okay, period. So anyway, so we had that guy, and then we had this girl. All right. When it came to choosing who to vote for, it was clear cut down for me. Like I said, experience, knowledge, not being racist. As you can see, I am of African American descent or African descent because I'm Nigerian American, but not a racist fool. You know, not a bigot, not a one that does not want to include me or people who look like me in the whole entire future, you know, presence. Inclusion is important in a country that's supposed to be a melting pot. And what upsetted me the most about his win, it was that he didn't even run on the economy. Oh, I'm going to create more jobs, even though we have the lowest percentage of unemployment rate in so long, in 9 years. I mean, Obama, gotta give it up to this man. Gotta give it up to him. Don't care. He has turned this country around. If you go back to the way the state of this country was before when George W. Bush, the last Republican, left this country, Obama has done fantastic. And I know right now some people are hitting him left or right, especially Republicans, but I'm telling you right now, history will tell the legacy of President Obama. His legacy will be told. There's no reason for anyone to be like, oh my gosh, they're always talking bad about him. Who cares what the current Republicans think about him right now? History will tell his story, and history will show that he was one of the best presidents ever. Okay? Period. You go down the list of everything this man has accomplished, whether you agree or don't agree of him, because I didn't always agree with every policy and everything President Obama did, but there is a really outstanding legacy there for the first black president, and I am very proud. Very, very, very proud. Okay? So, anyways, this country has been in a mess. You have two people running on platforms. Trump's platform was only one. There was only one, and believe me, I gave this man a chance. One platform. Build a wall, kick all those Mexicans out. Build a wall, isolate this country for all those people who are non-white. Round them up, throw them in concentration camps. Okay, I know he never did say that. I'm just joking. But the way he conversed and talked, there are people out there that that's all they heard. That is all they sensed. Trump is going to get rid of all the Mexicans or illegals. But what they don't understand is illegals could be Mexicans, could be Russians, could be Asians, could be from a lot of European countries, you know. They just weren't just Mexicans. Shoot, his wife at one point was an illegal. So anyways, that's what he ran on. He ran on a racist platform. Muslims, you know, we cannot blame the entire Muslim group for what a few terrorists and radical Muslims are doing. It's unfair. Just like we sometimes blame all African Americans for what a few bad seeds in African American community do. It's not fair, and minorities always get the raw end of the stick. Like nobody goes and says, oh my gosh, all young white men are just crazy sick. They don't do that. No. Dylan Ruth, all young white men just racist murderers. No, we don't do that label. We need to stop doing that for minorities, okay? We just need to stop. Anyways, that is the platform Trump ran with, and that is the platform, in my opinion, that he won. He didn't win because, hey, he was gonna do something with the economy. He was gonna build more jobs. He was gonna do this and that. No, he didn't win. He didn't win on, you know what, trying to make peace with international relations. Oh, he made peace with one international person, but he didn't talk about that. Only thing he talked about was some of the most ignorant and awful things, misogynist things, you know. And to me, that is not the person I want to represent the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. And honestly, I felt like this election, this last year, not only did this whole election and make America look like a fool, but the whole process with Russia. When did the most powerful country, a first world country, allow a second world power to make us look like a third world power? 30, 40, 50 years ago, there would be no way in hell that we would allow Russia to interfere in our democracy. It would never have happened. Russia? Emails hacking into our private servers and email. Are you kidding me? It would never have happened. But yet, this past year, we allowed Putin and his vandals hack into our system, and it was nothing more than a bleep on the newsfeed. We have no journalism anymore. We have no journalists out there or people out there to protect our country. It was so, I felt like our system's almost corrupt, because out of everything that was going, no one was like, oh my God, Putin is hacking into our system. He is trying to manipulate our election, our democracy. We can't allow it to happen. We sat back there and allowed it to happen. Now, I don't know whether or not this whole hacking into an email server or a spying on America had anything to do with the way the election turned out. It may or may not. We will never know, because no one tried to put a stop to it in the middle of it at all. No one in the United States. We allowed a second world corrupt power to invade our democracy, and we sat there. You know who does that? Third world countries, smaller countries, Argentina, you know, I can't even say, a lot of countries in Africa who allow other countries to kind of swoop in and sway who was going to lead. Iraq, the Middle East, that happens a lot, you know. Third world countries allow other people and countries to manipulate and sway their elections. We are the United States of America, and we did the same thing. So where do we really stand across the board? I don't know, but that to me was just horrible. But anyways, we are where we are. Trump is going to take office. Only thing we can do right now is just pray. Just pray. Pray that he doesn't do some of the things he says he wants to do, but that he could actually run this country and put advisable. This is the thing. I don't think Trump is a very smart man. He just isn't. He hires the right people around him in his business to run his business. He's got some really great, smart, intelligent people, including his kids, to help run his business. But this is a different stratosphere, and I hope he understands that. So he has to make sure he appoints the right people and have the right people around to advise him. And he must listen, because this man don't think he listens to anybody, because if he listened, they should have told him he needs to stop being Twitter fingers on Twitter. What president just tweets his feelings out? What worries me about him is he just don't have the balance and the temperament to be president. The minute Kim Jong, I don't know if I said it right, but that North Korean president says one thing bad about Trump's hair or tan, he's going to go throw out a little Twitter finger, little Twitter fingers going on, talking really bad about him, and might start a nuclear World War III, or Putin is done using him, and then he gets mad, and then he just does a little Twitter feed again and stuff like that. And Putin is probably one of the most dangerous men in the world. He's one of the richest men, but he's dangerous and it's evil. And you know what? The one thing that I liked about the Obama administration is they didn't allow a tyrant like him to do what he wants. See, to me, it was a surprise that nobody kind of understood why wouldn't Putin want Trump to be president? Why? Trump is easily manipulated. Say one bad thing about his tan, about his hair, about his teeth, about his shoes, and he just goes on a tyrant. He's 70 years old. Doesn't matter. Russia is very knowledgeable about that. They knew that if they had Clinton, which follows Obama policies, in which the Obama presidency has actually put Putin in check with sanctions on some of the criminal acts that he does, they know they can't get away with a lot of things. I mean, they invaded Crimea. They support Syria and Assad, the Bashar Assad regime. He and his regime, because his presidency is a regime, are dangerous. They're scary. And the Obama administration are very familiar with this. They understand. They get it. So I honestly believe that Putin is a lot more that Putin wants to do. I feel there's a lot more territories and places that he wants to invade, countries that he wants to take over, crimes that he wants to do. And with the United States so against him and has the United Nations pushing sanctions on him, he's unable to do that. But if you get an ally on the United States of America who turns a blind eye to everything that you do, genocide, invasion of smaller countries, supporting Bashar regime, terrorist regime, maybe even supplying some of the terrorists with their weaponry, and nobody bats an eye. You can do just about anything. You can gain more territory. You can gain more money. I mean, Putin is a genius. I mean, this is not an idiot. This man is very smart. He found his Manchurian candidate for the United States of America. I mean, yeah, I don't even blame Putin for what he's done. I blame the United States of America for allowing it to happen. And the fact that we have a president, or a president-elect Trump, who sits there and be like, nothing happened, it's terrifying. We are a first world country. We cannot allow our democracy to be destroyed or to go down to a third world level. Okay? And that is what I see. But Trump is president. Like I said, we just need to pray and hope everything goes well. I'm still going to do me and take care of my family. It's still going to happen. And I know most of you guys are going to do the same thing. But I just hope whatever decisions that he makes, it doesn't trickle down and take us back where we were when George W. Bush first left office, with people without jobs, homes. Right now, the housing prices, homes are going up, up, up. We don't need someone to come in the office and make decisions and policies that is going to cause everything to boom again. It just, things are just, they're not 100% complete. You know, there are a few things, like I said, Obama did with the housing crisis, which irritated me, but he did what he could, and we are where we are, in a good place for most of us. Not all of us, most of us. I just hope that Donald Trump does not ruin it for all of us, you know. So he is going to be our president, and I hope he takes in the fact that he is a president of everyone. Inclusion, African Americans, Black, Asians, Hispanics, Muslims. There are different religions in this country. Whites, everyone, not just for just a certain segment of the country that he pretty much courted. I just really hope he takes that into account. And before he decides to repeal the affordable health care, which 9 to 10 million people are on, think about it. You're going to send 9 to 10 million people off of health care. What a way to pretty much destroy our economy. Okay? So I just hope before he goes in and just take actions, he thinks and doesn't impulsively make decisions the way he impulsively does things on Twitter. So that's my 2 cents. Comment below. Don't care what your comments are, if it's positive or negative. I mean, actually, there's no positive or negative. Everyone has their opinions about how things are and what they think about the election. This is mine. All right? You have yours. Okay. Thank you. So anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.